Hey folks, it's Lindsay House with SPS back in the building over at the Moneyball Pro-Am live on SPS Road, Holt High School. And we're going to talk about Holt High School in this community in a second. And I got someone who's been a great friend for a long time, but up until this summer, he's become my frenemy because TriStar Trust has done a bang-up job on Team SPS. But they're playing for a championship tonight. But it's only right because Ben Bakken here is a champion at heart. I can go on and on about our years and our time together, but it's so great that we can be a part of this. But also not only being team owners and great guys who love the game, you've been doing an outstanding job here for the whole community with the concessions that are going on and all that. So without any further ado, Ben Bakken, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Good to see you, Lindsay.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you too. Yeah. It's been great. I mean, this is an event I look forward to every year like you do. You know, I commonly call it the best sports value event anywhere in this area, but anywhere that I've ever seen. You know, being able to come here and see these high-level athletes competing in an environment where the fans are all cheering for everybody. I mean, other than you and me, where we maybe have dogs in the fight. You know, I got kids doing youth sports. I run our junior basketball program here, and I know how people can get pretty animated with referees, but they come in this gym and everyone's just wanting to watch basketball. They're wanting to watch MSU players, those they know, those they don't know yet, but they've read about that are coming in, local high school players they remember. So the basketball is just a wonderful part. But as you were alluding to, what a lot of people don't know is that some of the real benefactors of what happens here in the money raise are a lot of our local nonprofits. And that flies under the radar, and people don't realize it's a free event to come in here and come watch the basketball. You know, but those who come and buy concessions, the money raised there goes toward our whole education foundation, as well as whatever local partner we're partnering with that night.
Yeah, like you talking about guy Walt Cooper the other night. He had this group up there.
Exactly right. So,
and if I could just add, he talked about how beneficial that was for his players to have that kind of interaction.
No doubt about it.
Almost like a professional development experience.
No doubt about it. So like this year, for example, tonight it's our whole wrestling program.
Oh, okay, great.
So our whole wrestling program, they'll make, you know, maybe $1,000 tonight toward their program. And when money is tough right now in athletics, all that money means a lot. And so tonight it's whole wrestling, as you mentioned. On Tuesday it was a local club team, nonprofit. We've had whole basketball do it. We've had our whole junior Rams basketball program do it. But it's not just athletics. We had whole robotics do it.
Wow.
And we've had the Diamondale Art Council. We've had Lansing Saves, if you're familiar with what that is.
So how does that happen? Does an organization reach out?
Yep. Well, usually it's just the relationships that I have with people. I'm connected, and it's summertime, right? It's busy, so it's hard to get groups that can pull the people together. But I'll reach out and connect with people, and it's easy for them. They get 8 to 10 people to show up. We take care of the rest. You know, we're the ones who bring all the inventory. We do all the bank deposits. We file the tax return. We do all that.
He's got to show up.
The Ed Foundation gets some of those proceeds, and then that group does. I will tell you this. For all the athletic groups that have done it, I challenged them because you know who's our hardest hustlers back there running around? The robotics kids.
The robotics
kids were flying around getting drained.
They were outworking the athletes.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, okay.
No question about it. So there's a challenge to the athletes.
I like that. I like that. Talking about the team that you have right here, and I get to, you know, I guess it's perfect time, but I get the whole mind up too.
Of course you do.
How cool is
this? Of course you do.
This is two
Those
friends
are slick looking jerseys, man.
I appreciate it. Yours are too.
And thank you for not putting yours on, because man, you make me look. You look
good, man.
No,
you're good, man. You're good. A little bit of action in the gym. But TriStar Trust, I'm intimately familiar with your great organization and what you do, but please explain to others about what TriStar Trust is and the impact that you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to answer that question by first telling you why we do what we do. We call it our higher purpose. The why we do what we do, our higher purpose, is building genuine relationships that strengthen families and transform communities. Okay? You know I'm a relationship guy, Lindsay. That's the relationship I've had with you and so many people here. That's what we're about. We think if we can make a positive impact, then the rest takes care of itself. The what we do is, at the end of the day, we're a wealth management firm.
Yes.
Okay? So we help people with financial planning. You know, hey, can I retire yet? Or how many more years do I need to work? Or am I saving enough for college for my kids? Or whatever that might be. We help people with their investment management. Hey, I've got a 401k, IRA, you know, how am I going to invest that money? We help local nonprofits. We have a division called our Philanthropic Solutions Group that will work with nonprofits.
Is that rare amongst entities like yours?
It is, in terms of the way that we're specialized with it. So we have staff in that department that used to run foundations. One that was the development director at Saginaw Valley State, and he wrote a book on fundraising. So for our nonprofit clients, it's not just about let us manage your money. Let us teach you how to develop more money, improve your fundraising strategies. Bequest giving, things like that. That's one division. We also do a ton with business owners. So we have a 401k division, our retirement plan division that will help companies with their own plans.
So is that between 1 to 50 employees or larger or smaller?
So we have some as small as 1, and we have some that are several hundred in terms of number of employees. So we're all over the board with what we help there. One of my areas of focus, Lindsay, is working with business owners on their exit and succession planning.
Oh, wow.
So for our business owners that are out there, I run a business. Day to day, I'm focused on putting out the hottest burning forest fire and addressing what I need to do. But I'm really working on planning on how this asset that I have, this business, how can I make it valuable? How can I make it transferable? What are my options to exit? Who do I need to be involved?
Now, I just want to add a question. Do they have to? Does someone have to walk them in and kind of wrestle them to the ground to come and have that conversation? Because this is my baby. I started this, and they have a problem transitioning. How does that kind of look when they get to the point where they're talking to you?
You're so talented, Lindsay. You ask great questions. You're exactly right. I mean, so first things first, for the business owner, there's a saying I like that is, being a business owner is great because you only have to work half a day, and you get to pick which 12 hours that is. They dedicate their lives to this. They might have been the founder of it. They grew it. It's their identity. They can't separate themselves. So in the same way that, like in our estate planning division, our trust and fiduciary division, a lot of people are hesitant to figure out their estate plan because the topic is death, right? For the business owner, talking about my exit succession is a tough thing because I'm not ready to think about that yet. So
and it doesn't mean talking about it means you got to do it now.
That's exactly right. And our stance is, because a lot of people will say, well, I'm not ready to exit, so I don't need to have that conversation yet. We say the day you start your business is the day you should plan for your eventual exit. If you're a business owner who has planned, then you have a lot of options. Every business owner is going to exit their business, whether it's their choice or somebody else's or not on their terms. And the less you plan, the less choices you have. So we're all about planning early. So TriStar, it's wealth management. We help individuals, families, business owners, but it's really more the why, and that's why we're here doing what we're doing at this event.
Right. Well, listen, man, I know you wouldn't do it with the intent, but how much more information has come to your door because of your connection to the Moneyball program? Somebody saying, hey, aren't you involved with Moneyball? Has there been any kind of consistent conversation because of the affiliation with Moneyball?
There certainly has. There's also a lot of clients we have here. There's friends we have here. There's business partners we have here. But even if the answer was none, we'd still be here doing
I know you
it
would.
It's the right
I know
thing
you
to
would.
do.
I know who you are.
But it's a good question.
Yeah. I'm going to get a chance to see, hopefully, you and some other colleagues a week from today at the Lansing Regional Chamber. We'll be talking about NIL and those type of things. So what does the chamber mean to this community? I know you're an active member in it.
Oh, tremendous. I mean, the connect, grow, and thrive focal areas of the chamber are so important. There's lots of organizations that are out there trying to recruit other businesses to come here, but the chamber needs to support those businesses who are here. So I'm really happy to hear that you're doing that, Lindsay. For anyone, if you just heard what he said, look that up, go check it out. He's very knowledgeable on the topic. You're going to learn a lot. Please check it out.
I appreciate that. Well, Ben, so how do you do this? You kind of watch and you got a preference of who you want to play your team for the championship? What do you do right now? I got to learn. This is where you got to coach me on team ownership to get me to this point.
Yeah, there you go. No, again, it's team ownership. People ask me, how do I get the guys on the team? I'm more like the owner. I'm not in the draft room.
We're not in the draft process.
We find out. Everyone else finds out. But no, I'm going to watch a good game. There's a lot of kids I know here that I knew at a younger age. Actually, the Wilson kid who plays for Fago was on the TriStar team last year. I coached his dad, Devin. Yeah, I coached Evan, who was a heck of a shooter at Holt.
Devin and Evan, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck of a shooter.
Yeah, he is.
And then obviously Jackson Kohler was our team last year. So we're watching a great game here, and either way, hopefully we'll get it done. Last year we lost in the finals. The Goodfellas Bagels, our good friend Adrian. And Adrian, for those who know him, he came to my office the next day after I lost, and he brought me a sandwich, a bagel, and I'm like, well, that's nice. Yeah. And he hands me the bagel, and he said, I'm naming this bagel after you this week, and we're going to sell it to a specialty bagel called the Runner-Up.
That's Adrian all day, but I know you
Adrian
took
all
it
day.
in a gracious
I
way.
did.
Well,
I
Ben,
did.
you know how I feel about you, man, and how cool it is that we can be here. We're part of a great thing and support. Before we let you go, anything you want to share before we let you go?
Yeah, I do. You know, Lindsay, I appreciate the time that you put into this, that you're being here and you highlight all these young players. It's good for them. We're very dedicated to this in this community. Met you years ago. We were playing in the men's league in Flint. And the men's league was fun, but the relationship I've developed with you is very special, and I appreciate everything you do.
Sentiment the same.
Thank you.
And I will wish you good luck. We root for Team Trout. With that being said, Lindsay Ellison coming to you live from SPS Road. Year 20 of the Moneyball program. See you in 20 more. Peace.